Turn it up a bit. Good evening and welcome to today's edition of Realities, A Moment with Susie. I hope you guys have had a lovely week. On today's show, we're going to be talking about single parents and the issues that arise from single parenting, sorry. And with me on today's show, I have Mr. Sammy Thomas, and I'm going to ask him to introduce himself and tell us a bit about himself. Hi, Sammy.
Oh, hello, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you. And can you tell us a bit about yourself, please?
Yes, of course. My name is Sammy Thompson.
Yeah.
I teach people on how to make money from the stock market.
Wow.
The forex market, to be specific.
Wow. Has anyone made a lot of money?
Well, they're on the way.
Okay, I think I'll be talking to you after the show then.
That's cool.
Thank you for that, Sammy. Thank you very much for coming.
You're welcome.
Now, single parenting, what is it? Single parenting is when you have one parent taking a majority of the responsibility of a child, of a minor. So basically, they play a role of looking after this child dealing with their day-to-day needs. They're the ones who have regular contact with the child. They're the ones who basically nurture, comfort, teach and guide the child. And yes, within society, it is said that about 30% of families are single parent families. Now, a lot of issues do arise from growing up within a single family, but it is good to look at what are the causes of, single parenting. Now, there are four main causes of single parenting, and the first cause is breakdown of relationships. So you have a couple, the relationship breaks down. More often than not, the mother usually becomes the sole carer of that child or children, while usually the father moves out. But you do have cases whereby the father is the sole carer. It happens, but it's mainly for women. Another one is death. Sometimes, partners pass away, and so the family is left with a single carer. Another one is divorces. So basically, again, it's another form of separation. And another one is unwanted, unplanned pregnancies. So maybe the couples aren't actually married, and it leads to them deciding to go their separate ways, and more often than not, once again, the mother becomes the sole carer for this child. Now, Sammy, I don't know, have you had any experience of single parenting?
Wow, single parenting. Well, I'm a product of single parenthood as well.
Oh, are you?
I am.
Wow.
Back in the days when we got back to Nigeria, that's from England,
Okay.
back then, as kids, we were just about maybe 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah.
We really didn't know what was going on. I'm the eldest. What's the eldest?
How many?
We were 3
Okay.
at the time. Actually, we were 5. From 2 different moms.
Okay.
So it seemed like they had their issues right from London.
Sorry, you said you were 3 from 2 different mums, but
Yeah, 5.
there were 3 kids. Oh, you're 5, but you were 3
were
within
5.
the house. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
5 from 2 different moms.
Okay, yeah.
But the 3 of us, from my own side of from my mom, we
Yeah.
were 3, and we used to live in the house with daddy
Yeah.
when we got to Nigeria.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I really want to talk about the way it
No,
happened.
it's up to you. It's up to you. If
I
you
know.
feel free with it.
I
then.
know, but at the end of the day, they had to break up.
Okay,
Mom left home.
Okay, your
It
mum
was
left.
Mom that left.
Oh, okay.
And I was left with dad.
Yeah.
Then the next one, with my sister, was left with mom, and then the little one, he was just about maybe 1 year old then. Something.
Okay.
So of course, he had to go with mom, the baby.
Okay, so you were left by yourself with dad.
daddy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the other 2, the girl and the boy, they went with them, with my mom.
So within the time that you were living with your dad, was it just you and your dad within that whole period of him parenting you, or was it just for a period of time?
It was till we got to about till I got to about maybe 17.
Wow.
And then the other two came back. To
So
live
from
with daddy.
Wow, so from the age of 6
Yeah.
to the age of 17,
Yeah,
it was
from
just
that.
you and your father.
Me and daddy, yeah.
So, did that at any point of time in your life, did it ever make you feel uncomfortable? Did you ever feel different?
Do you know, I really didn't feel different.
It was normal.
It you know, thinking about it now with what I know about single, parenthood and the products and all that, I didn't really feel anything.
Okay.
It was quite strange. I didn't feel nothing. I didn't feel different in school. I remember one experience. You know, when because I went to a boarding school, Federal Government College.
Okay.
You know, and there will be a time when it will be the visiting day.
Yeah.
And then the moms would bring the cooked rice and everything, and everyone would go with their parents, into the car. They would quickly eat the rice and all that. I didn't have any. So I used to miss mom then.
So you never had that.
I didn't have that.
Your dad used to come,
no,
but
daddy
he never
come.
came. Oh.
He was he had a lot of money, and he would just leave money with the housemaster, and that was just it. So I would just go there and need money. But I didn't realize at the time that I was missing that maternal care. I didn't really realize it. The only time I used to miss it was when it's time for visiting day, and all the other parents are around, the moms and the dads, and they bring it. That cooked food, that was all I used to miss.
That was the one
And I
thing.
guess what I used to write to my mom then. Could you come on visiting day? Our visiting day is this day, blah, blah, blah. Bring cooked rice. That's all I wanted. I didn't need no money. I didn't need no provisions. I didn't lack nothing.
Wow.
All I wanted was just that cooked rice so that I can meet up. Oh, yeah, I can see now. So I can meet up with the other.
So you can meet up.
So people can come to our own car and eat with us. Because I used to go and eat with my friends and parents.
See, that's what I was getting at. So did your mum ever come then?
No, she didn't. It was later I found out that. And you know what? It made me develop a negativity towards her. I felt she abandoned me in my mind.
Do you know what? I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you a personal question on that one.
Yeah, dude.
It made you feel a negativity towards your mum.
Yeah.
Did it make you feel a negativity towards women at all?
No.
No, so it was just your mum.
No. I tell you what it did for me though.
Yeah.
When I get to meet a lady who is
Yeah.
a little bit nice to me, just a little bit, I get easily taken up. I mean, how do you say it? Swept off my foot.
Wow.
It makes it very easy for me to be taken. And over the years, I became a what do you call them now?
I don't know. What?
You don't know. I don't want to say.
What, Playboy?
Do you want to say Playboy? No.
Playboy. What's the?
Before I got born again in 1994.
Oh, are you born again now?
Oh, yes, I am. By grace, I am.
Oh, so would you say that before you became born again,
I played around a bit.
you played around, and that you would say was a product of being raised within a single family?
Not solely. I'm the sort of person who believes that each person is responsible for whatever they do or don't do.
That is very true.
Whatever you achieve, whatever you don't achieve, you're responsible for it. Mom wasn't there, dad wasn't there, don't matter. It might give you a little bit of a false start or a little bit of hindrance at the beginning, but at the end, you just need to get to where you need to get to. Okay, mom wasn't there, yeah. It made me vulnerable to ladies. So that means if one wants to take advantage of me, they could very easily do it. Or they just need to. Those girls, oh sorry, I shouldn't say that, but anyway, I'll just say it anyways. It's out of the bag. It's out of my lips already. Those girls in school, back in school, there used to be some of the girls that we used to say, okay, this chick just there was one we used to call can gala. A can cook and 2 galas was 50 kobo then, back in the boarding house. Once you get her that, you've had her. So I'm sure those guys are watching now. They'll be like, look at this guy.
I mean,
I've
never ever heard that expression, but
no, that was specific to our school.
Yeah,
a can cook and 2 galas. Do you know gala? Okay. It's a sausage thing.
Yeah, I do know gala. So now, but tell me, going back to the single parenting issue, what do you think of, kids that are actually abandoned by one parent for whatever reason or the other? But, what is your mind about that now, being someone who experienced it?
Okay, before I say that, I was going to say something, but I didn't get to it.
Okay.
About my mom.
Yeah.
She had there was a reason for her not ever coming to visit me.
Okay.
Mom and dad wouldn't let it happen.
Okay, so rule
You
was
know,
actually
exactly here.
okay.
Just like they do here, they say, oh, dads are not allowed to see the
Yeah.
kids and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
that was in play.
And I guess that culture is a bit different.
Back in Africa, daddy
Depending
very
on who has
strict,
the money,
big man in coats and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
she dared not try it.
Yeah.
So when I got born again, I was under compulsion
Yeah.
to forgive her, to do all the stuff, which I did. So I went over to where she was, went to see
Yeah.
her and all that. Then I had the full story.
Yeah.
But then I used to think she could have written me though, written a letter to me. No one would hinder her. Maybe she didn't know the address, or for whatever reason,
Yeah.
he just didn't get in touch.
Were they when you saw her for the first time? Did you ask her
I'll
about
tell you.
this?
I'll tell you an experience. When I got to Form 5,
Yeah.
that's the year you do your school certificate exam.
Yeah.
WAEC, we used to call it WAEC.
Yeah. Mhm.
She came just before, a week before the exam.
She came.
And imagine the thought that went in my mind. For parents who think, who are thinking about doing stuff like that, or who are going through it or doing
Yeah.
it and all that. In my mind, I was like, listen to the thought. Okay, someone came up. I was a senior by then.
Yeah.
I just on my bed. I was Senior Thompson. Your mom is downstairs. She wants to see you. Get under the bed.
What?
Okay, you won't understand. The senior can punish the junior.
Yeah.
student. So the junior student that came to me to come and tell me that my mom was downstairs.
Oh, you told him to
I
get
just said,
under the bed for saying that.
The next
to you.
one came, get under the bed. The next one came. And then I went to who used to be my school father when I was in Form 1. But he
Yeah.
was now in upper 6, A levels.
Yeah.
That's 2 years ahead of me. And I said, something is going on, blah, blah, blah. So he came to me, said I didn't want to see her. So he now went down, had a chat with my mom. And then he now wanted me to calm down. But I still insisted, no, I didn't want to see her. Of course, she couldn't tell him all that happened and all
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
I didn't go down
Yeah.
to meet her.
Mhm.
So she left all the things she brought. I wasn't going to have anything. I wasn't going to take anything. I didn't need it anyway. I didn't need it. But in my mind,
Yeah.
it was like she abandoned me. That's what I thought.
So
I have a feeling
yeah.
that the parent that leaves, the children tend to feel that the parent that leaves abandoned them.
Yeah.
And then you just feel some resentment, some negativity towards the one that leaves.
Mm. Were you?
But I must say this also.
Yeah.
These days, the way I've seen it happen or had it happen in UK, I used to work for
Yeah.
the Children's Services,
Oh.
sort of council.
Okay.
So I know a bit about those things too.
Yeah.
The way I've seen it happen, they mediate. That's your field also as well. They
Was
mediate.
my field? Yeah. Was.
Okay,
Yeah.
they mediate.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It couldn't have happened the way it happened if it was in London. They would have given my mom access to me just to see me or to speak to me.
Oh
and
yeah,
all that.
definitely. If she wanted
But
access, she would be able to.
Yeah, but back in
request for
Nigeria, it just couldn't. It just couldn't happen.
It wasn't an option at all.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It couldn't happen.
Mm. So now, when you look back, do you think you could ever find yourself in that situation? Now, if you look back and think, because sorry, at the moment, you're married, you've got 2 kids.
Yeah.
You know.
You know what? Never say never. Well, as a Christian, you want to say the positive stuff.
Yeah, that is very true.
But I'm here to speak about what realities.
Realities of
I've
life.
seen pastors divorced.
Yeah.
I know 3 right now. I can just, of course, you don't want to start.
No, we don't want to
negativity.
mention any names. No,
I can mention 3.
Yeah.
Pastors divorce, Christians divorce, Muslims divorce, pagans divorce. In reality, these things happen.
Yeah.
I don't expect it to happen, but if you're asking me, knowing the effect on the kid,
Exactly.
would I do it?
As someone who has
Who has gone through
experienced it and is aware, you can actually look back and reflect on what you experienced it and how it impacted on you.
I would say it depends on what happens, what has happened that's about to cause or that caused the breakdown. It's not a 1 + 1 is equal to 2 thing. Different reasons for different strokes for different folks. That's what they say. I speak to so many people. I've got so many single friends,
Yeah.
single lady friends,
Yeah.
and they all tell me different things. And you're wondering, how could that break that home? How could that seemingly flimsy little reason break that home.
Sorry,
But it
hold on.
just
I think
happened.
we have a call coming in.
Okay.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi. Sorry, who
Hello?
am I speaking to? Hello.
You're speaking to Mo.
Hi, Mo. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I've got a question for Tommy.
Okay.
Fire on,
Okay.
please.
Hi, Tommy.
Hello.
I wanted to find out where you are in your life right now. Do you think you could have turned out better if you had both parents in your life right from day one?
You know, in the context of Nigeria where it happened, I could have. I really could have. When I got to Form 5, that's my secondary school, you know, I used to look at my other cousins. They had this, this is quite emotional for me, you know. They had, those that had both parents, they, they seemed to be doing better than I was doing. I had a slow start, you know. When I left my secondary school, I could say because my mom wasn't there, all the things that happened probably may not have happened to me. It took me 4 years to get into higher institution, and my next sibling, you know, caught up with me. I was that ahead of all of them. So in a way, I could have had a quicker start. I would say quicker start. But you know, as a Christian, you know, there's this thing: God causes all things to work together for good of those that love Him and that are called according to His purpose. You know, that slow start. Well, eventually I got here, and I think I'm okay. I'm all right. Just like I said earlier on, whatever you're going to be, you will be, and you are responsible for it. And if you're lucky, you know God on your side. At the end of the day, it's the end that justifies the means, not the means that justifies the end.
Mo, thank you so much for ringing in. Thank you for that.
Mo. Thank you.
Okay then, have a nice evening.
Have a nice
Bye.
evening, darling. Bye. That was really interesting because I guess for me, one of the things I wanted to say to you is that it's so easy to look back and think, oh, I was held back because. Hold on a sec. I think we've got another call coming in. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Sorry, who am I speaking to, please?
My name is Femi.
Hi, Femi. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I just wanted to make a couple of points. First, I want to commend my good brother for me for having the courage to come on TV to speak about very personal things.
Yeah.
You will find that a lot of Nigerians, especially the men, aren't inclined to be this open with their feelings about their background, their emotions.
Yeah.
So my brother is to be commended for that. If you have the telephone number of Madame Tu Kanzaun's gala, you should let me know.
What?
Okay.
I know what he's talking about. Not to worry.
What, you want to go off and get some gala yourself?
This is 1980.
On a more serious note.
Yeah.
I hope that your audience and yourself, my dear lady presenter, will take care not to, how shall I say, over-egg the issue. Yeah. And what I mean by that is, while the brother has been kind and courageous enough to air his feelings like this, I think we shouldn't put too much pressure on him.
Well, I hope I haven't put too much pressure on you so far, Sammy.
No, I'm okay. I thought it before I came on air.
It's just an observation, and that's it. By the way, I think it's an excellent show. It's the first time I'm watching, and I like what I see.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye now.
Oh, thank you so much, Sammy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm okay.
Are you sure you're okay?
I'm okay.
I don't want
I said it myself, didn't I?
Oh, good.
I know how to evade questions. But if I didn't want to say it, I wouldn't say anything.
I guess that was lovely of Femi because he's thinking. I guess he's also thinking of the after effects for you. You know, it's not just well, as in, you know, what feelings thinking of reflecting back can bring up for you, because sometimes we touch nerves that, you know, we forget are there, or we don't realize are there until we actually address the issue. So
true. Talking about that, a lot of the stuff I had on art when I got born again.
Yeah.
You know, you pray. Most people may not believe that. You pray, and things come to your mind.
Yeah.
Like the one about the ladies, that me being vulnerable to ladies.
Yeah.
It took prayer for me to bring it out. I
Yeah.
just thought I was just having a nice time, just doing all sorts, playing
Yeah.
around and all that. I thought it was just a nice time. It
Yeah.
took me a while to know that actually it was a weakness.
And I guess there is a positive side of it, as in you say, oh, maybe because my mother wasn't there, that is why it took me so long to get here or there in life.
Oh,
but
I need to clarify
Yeah.
what I meant. What I meant. You know, in a what's the other one of the single parent, in the double or balanced parenthood?
Well, in a 2.4 family, as they say.
2 point what?
They call it 2.4. It's just an expression. That
anyway,
in
a balanced parenthood.
Yeah.
If you need something, for instance, I said my dad.
Yeah.
Just a big man in coat, all around the world and everywhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, he didn't really have a lot of. He's dead now. He didn't really have a lot of personal input. All he wanted was best education for my son. All he knew was best education, best education, best education. The other little bit that I didn't have, that extra counsel.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Are you now talking about the comfort, the love, the care that?
No, not that.
What part are you talking about when you say that?
Okay.
Sorry, I think we've got another call coming in.
I wish I could get to it. Okay.
Sorry, we'll come back to that. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi. Sorry, who am I speaking to? Hello. Hi. Sorry, who am I speaking to?
Bissy.
Hi, Bissy. How are you?
You're speaking to Bissy.
Hi, Bissy. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, good. Would you like to contribute?
Right.
Sorry, can you speak a bit louder, please?
I have a question to ask.
Okay.
And the question I've got to ask is this. The person you're talking to, the something, says he's born again.
Yeah.
And that women actually play on his vulnerability or...
No, played on his vulnerability.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
Sorry, go on. Sorry, go on, Bissy.
Can you repeat that, please?
Played on his vulnerability. So that was when he was growing up in his teenage years.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, not now.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
We're watching and I'll call back with more questions.
All right, Bissy, but thank you for calling.
Thanks for
Yeah, no, I think she thought that he thought, that you were talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't realise that you were talking about before why you were growing up, when you were going through that process.
I want to correct that bit. I didn't say they were playing on my vulnerability. I said that I was vulnerable and I didn't realise it.
Yeah.
It's not like they were playing. Yeah. They weren't playing on my vulnerability.
Yeah.
I was the one doing the playing, isn't it? I'm the
Actually,
player.
that is true.
I was the one doing it.
That is quite
true. But the reason it happened to me was because I was vulnerable. I thought I was, a big boy.
Yeah.
Done. I tell you, back in school, I won an award for Casanova of the Year.
Well, that's nothing to be proud about.
And at the same time, you listen. I want to bring up something.
Okay.
I want to bring up something. Casanova of the Year.
Yeah.
And in the same award ceremony, I also won Romeo and Juliet of the Year. So you can see how messed up that person is.
Well, no, I think the person that
was
was giving out the awards was a bit messed up, because they should have worked out that there's a very thin line between both of them.
It's what they see. It's what they see. It's what they see. They see this guy with a constant girlfriend.
But
at the same time, people were voting for him on the under G moves he was doing.
Okay, so basically, there were some people that knew that you had some under G moves,
and there were probably
there were some people that knew
in charge of the awards, so they knew what was going on. So you can see that person is messed up.
Who, you or
me?
Oh, you were then. Wow.
You don't understand.
But at least you've come through it.
Of course,
you've come through it, and what I was actually saying before we had that call was, it's quite hard to measure, and this is one of the things why I like talking about the issues that arise around single parents, as in, when things go bad, it's quite easy to look back and say, oh, do you know what, he's a product of a single parent. But wait, hold on a sec. We don't know what route we're going to take, and we don't know how different things would have been if the situation was different. For heaven's sake, we've got Obama, he grew up in a single home. how can you get a bigger role model than that? You've got Alicia Keys, Madonna, you've got, you know, football stars, you've got politicians, you know, can it get any better than that?
Obama.
Well,
but
that's
really,
it.
you know what? I want to make a point.
Yeah.
That he is the president of the United States doesn't necessarily make him a role model. I'm going to say that with fear of contradiction.
Well, yeah, go on.
It just means that he achieved something.
Yeah, but the fact is,
I could be a very rich stock market trader. It doesn't mean I'm going to be a good role model.
Yeah, but Bill Clinton grew up in a single parent home,
and he got to that level and he did what he did, even at that level.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, no, but in a sense, it depends on how you're measuring the achievements now.
No, that he was the first man in the world.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, whatever you say, they grew up in a single home, and a lot of the times you find out, my experience of working with teenagers in the past was that as soon as something goes wrong and they're naughty, the first place that can be looked at is the fact that they came from a single parent home. The fact that they're not achieving is because they're not getting the nurturing, the guidance, because they're coming from a single parent home.
That's what I was trying to say, that I got cut off from. If I had my mom to balance that bit that was lacking from dad, I could have. But
then you're also forgetting something. There are loads of kids that grow up in the 2.4 family home, and they have all the love and guidance, but they still don't get it right. So what would you say about such kids?
I understand what you mean with that, but if you put a kid like me in that situation, well, that's what I'm saying. If you put a kid like me in that situation, I would achieve more.
But I'm saying that you think you would have achieved more. You don't know, because you don't know who you would have mixed with. You don't know who, you know, at the end of the day, everybody has great plans for their kids. They put everything they can, but there are other influences outside. You think...
Susie.
Yeah, go on.
I was exposed to all those influences.
Yeah.
What was missing was that bit. Don't you understand what I'm saying?
I understand, but I don't agree.
You'd have to agree that what I was exposed to is what I would have been exposed to if mommy was there. Except if you want to start splitting hairs and say, oh, if mommy was there, maybe mommy won't let me go to that secondary school, and then I might meet somebody else who will meet somebody, if that's what you want to start saying.
No, I wouldn't say. I would say that you would have gone to the same secondary school.
Let's just assume that, all things being equal, and then put mommy in. That's just a
reasonable way to
talk about it, isn't it?
I am saying that mommy could have been there, and it could have even been worse. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's nothing to say.
Yeah, it is possible.
It would have been 100%, you know, right. Just because mommy was there.
But what I'm saying to you, that in my life, I know my circumstance more than you.
Yes, you do.
If I had mom there, she would have provided that balance that skewed me.
Could. Yeah. And I stick to could.
Yeah.
You still haven't 100% convinced me. Sorry
I'm not going to try and convince you,
that.
Because you're not in my circumstance, so you won't know.
Yeah, that is true.
You can't empathize.
No, part of the reason why I say that is because I grew up in a 2.4 family. It was basically my sister, myself, my mum and dad. My mum and dad were 100% focused on us. You know, my dad's one was education. We went to the best schools. We were always given the best. I wasn't the most perfect child. But then you couldn't look at me and say, oh, well, you know what? She comes from a single family home. That's why she's like that. In short, I think half the teachers used to shake their head and say, but the two parents are there. What is wrong with this child? So do you know what I mean though? So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that you never ever know.
My point is, if I was you,
you
need to listen to that beat properly.
Yeah.
This is me now.
Yeah.
If I was in that situation, I would turn out better.
You might have.
I'm not talking about you. If they put you in my situation, you might turn out a lot better than you do it.
Yeah.
Understand what you mean? That anything can happen.
It looks like we've got another call coming in.
Okay.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, who am I speaking to, please?
Hello, this is Janet.
Hi, Janet. How are you? Hello, Janet.
Can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah. Could you speak a bit louder, please?
Okay. Hello.
Hi. Would you like to contribute?
Yeah, I just want to know, because Sammy was talking about if this was him and this was that. What we're supposed to be talking about is single parenthood now, not with the benefit of hindsight.
Yeah.
So I just want to try and make sure that we're steering this in the right direction.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This shouldn't be, we're looking back. What would I have done if it was me? I would turn out better. If it was me, I would not turn out better.
Yep, that is very true.
So you steer us in the right direction now. Ask the question.
Yeah.
Bring us back. That's good.
So I'll keep watching.
No, somebody don't go. Somebody had a question for you.
Don't have anything to offer.
Did you hear that?
She will call back. That's how they. Lady, I can't remember what your name was. Janet. But that's the way the conversation. That's the way it went. If you were there from the beginning, you would realize that we didn't start off that way. The conversation just went that way, and it's good that you've called in. And it's good that you've called in to steer us back. But it would be very lovely if you had something just ask to pep us back in the right direction. That would be nice.
Right. Well, I just joined, and I know that you're going to be talking about single parenthood, and what I'm hearing you guys talking about does not sound like single.
That's because you weren't there at the beginning. It's all right though. Thanks a lot for calling.
Janet, thank you so much for calling in. Yeah, and we're going to stay on track.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
All right then. Bye. Yeah, I guess she just came into the conversation, so it looked like we were going off. So, with Janet's guidance, thank you, Janet. I think one of the things for me when it comes to single families is one of the questions I'd love to ask is, why do you think that one parent, and unfortunately usually it is the male parent, sorry, we have another call coming in. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. I thought I'd come hang out with you guys a little bit more. It's Femi again.
Hi, Femi.
Hi. Just following from the point that the last caller made about getting to the issues of single parenthood in this day and age, I think a very important point that hasn't been touched upon is the socio-economic factors, the socio-economic realities, and how they affect people, and how these issues, money problems, lack of education, educational status, job status, all of that. The bearing, the importance, the significance of all of these factors on relationships and how they are very instrumental in the breakup of many relationships.
Okay.
I think that's something that should be.
Sorry, I'm losing you a bit there. Okay, go on, Femi. Yeah, go on.
I can hear him though.
You didn't hear what I
sorry, I lost you for a second or so. Go on.
That's all. I was just trying to make the point that there are socio-economic factors that a lot of people overlook. In this, so far, it seems to me that we have been thinking and speaking more in terms of emotions and, people, men and women who get together and for some reason find they don't like each other any longer, split, and you have family falling apart. But the point I'm trying to introduce here is the significance, the effect of social and economic factors on relationships. These things have a bearing which a lot of people don't recognize, and I was just trying to highlight that point.
Okay, Femi, can I ask you, would you like us to look at the causes of single families in that sense? And then, take that and look at the effects that it has, what those causes, the effects those causes have on single families.
Exactly.
Okay, no problem.
The point I'm making is, it isn't, relationships don't just break up and marriage don't just break up.
Definitely not,
There are factors that go into this.
Yeah.
Okay. On that note, let me leave you my good friends. I just wanted to chip that in.
No, thank you so much, Femi. Thank you for that.
Good stuff.
Thanks a lot for calling.
Thank you. I think what Femi was saying is that, it's not just a single family does not just become a single family just like that. Yeah. Something causes it, and he would like us to look at what causes it.
I said that at the beginning.
I think we treated 4 reasons why families can become single at the beginning of the show. I don't know, maybe Femi missed that part, but we can also look at what he just said. I mean, I don't know, but I'm thinking that what he just said, the economical factors,
he's talking about the effects.
Education, the effects,
That's the effects he's talking about, and we're going to get there. And maybe let's have a chat about the effects of Sorry.
What were we talking about before Femi rang in? I've kind of lost track on what we were actually talking about just before Femi rang in.
The wrong person to ask.
Oh.
My memory just goes like that.
That's
why I write it like
I thought it was me and you talking.
Yeah.
Sorry, how could you leave me like that?
My mind just goes.
Yeah. I think of that you I think one of the things is, let's look at the effects. What are the effects of growing up in a single family?
That's one of the ones we just spoke about.
What's that?
The emotional bit.
What about
my life?
What? Well, I think,
even though you didn't agree, I said it slowed me down.
Yeah.
You said no. You didn't agree.
Yeah. No. I said it. I didn't disagree with you. I said we can't know because we can't go back.
And Janet said we shouldn't talk about that.
Yes. No. I don't. No. I think rather Janet felt we were going off because she hadn't heard the beginning and how we got there. But what of the economical effects of growing up in a single home? I don't know. For you, it might have been different because the money was there, wasn't it?
Sort of.
Yeah.
So really, good education was there.
Yeah.
So what did I really lack? Economically, I didn't really lack a lot, but emotionally was the bit that I lacked.
So for you, basically what was missing was the emotional side of it, and then also that emotional side of it actually continued to play a strong role in your life until you became born again.
Yeah.
But I guess also one of the other things is that when we talk of the effects economical wise, I can understand what Femi is saying, because
break it down.
Yeah, in the sense that you end up having a family, you've got one provider, and now with that one provider, usually, they might not have a well-paid job, and so it's harder for them to provide. And depending on how many kids they're having to provide for, it's harder for them to provide for these kids, and that ends up affecting the kids, because then there are certain things that the kids want to fall in step with their peer group that they don't get, and that can also lead to kids playing up, and getting caught up in all types of unacceptable,
selling drugs and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just to meet up with the Joneses,
Yeah.
I can understand it though. I understand it. I do understand.
And I'm sure if you've worked, like you said, in children's services, you've met a lot of kids that actually fall into that remit. No?
Yeah. What I did with the children's services was I used to be a grants officer.
A grants officer?
Yeah, we used to give grants to charities and non-profit making organizations.
Yeah.
And then this organization used to have young people that used to work with them.
Yeah.
The council had we got the children from the community. We had a panel.
Yeah.
Let's say Susie, what could I call it? Drama group or something had something they wanted to do for the young people. They would come to the council. The young people would interview them. The adult would be there just as a guidance, just taking notes.
Yeah.
And they would say if they like that thing to be in that council or not.
So was this part of was this focused at young people that came from a particular background, or was it for anyone?
Not necessarily. It was for everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I think my
because you asked if I had seen,
if you had contact with a lot of kids,
so we had contact with loads of them.
Yeah.
It was confidential though, but we knew them. We knew who was who. But it kept them busy.
When you say you knew who was who,
we knew those who had those sort of problems.
This is another thing within society, is that there are times when kids from single parent homes play out. They do end up getting labelled for the fact that they come from a single home, and automatically that can become a reason that professionals put and say that is why they're acting.
So I need to correct and that impression that you're living with.
Yeah.
This is the reality. If I know, let's say there's an organization that is coming, that's come for funding.
Yeah.
And because of my position, they would say what they want to use it for.
Yeah.
So they might say, it's this group of young people, they don't have a lot you know, the family and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
We want to do this for them. That is what I meant by we know who was who. It's
Yeah.
not like I'm labeling them. That is what
No,
is
no,
really
no. I'm
happening
not
in their
talking
lives.
about you. I'm not talking about
It
you.
felt like
I'm
like
talking about no.
it
I
felt
said,
like you were following on from what I said.
No,
that
no.
I've labeled them.
no, you've got me wrong. I said
Okay.
professionals.
Oh,
said-
yeah, would
yeah.
have referred to me as a professional, so I thought.
Hold on, we've got another
You
call
followed on
coming
from what
in.
I was
Sorry,
saying.
no, not you. Hi, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. So, who am I
Hi,
speaking
how
to?
are you? My name is Bridget.
Hi, Bridget. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well, I'm so sorry. My whole system is just plain funny today. I can't really hear so much of what's going on, but I do understand this. I'm talking about parenting. Should you be a single parent? And
Single parent issues, yeah.
And how you can cope if you were a single parent.
Yeah.
And
That'd be a
I
nice
think my
one.
little contribution would be if I was a single parent. It's something that I would want to do mentally. When
Yeah.
you're mentally strong, I would think that you should be able to cope, regardless of what the situation is. Obviously, the children will probably give you some strength to carry on, you know.
Yeah. So, Bridget, are you saying that it shouldn't make any difference whether a child comes from a home that has both parents there or a
Your
home that
line
has
is
a
so-
single
so
parent?
faint. I can't even hear you, darling. Could you come again, please?
Sorry, are you saying, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
It's very faint.
Oh, sorry, have you got your TV or your computer on?
Hello.
Hello, Bridget, have you got your TV or your computer on?
Now my TV is so low, I can't even hear nothing from it.
Okay, can you hear me now?
A little bit.
Okay, so what I was saying is, what do you think? Do you think that if a child grows up in a family that has both the father and mother there, or a single family where there's only one parent, do you feel that what they are getting is no different?
I would think that a home where there is a father and a mother, you know, does play a very great part in a child's life.
Yeah.
You know, but circumstances, things do happen in life whereby some children, grow up in a home
Yeah.
of single parents, and it does not necessarily mean that that child cannot get the best of life as well. Charity does
Definitely.
begin at home.
That was
Definitely.
that was my point.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I'll be looking at the fact that if it happens that there is a father in the home, it's a bonus to that child. But
Yeah.
where there is no parents, the single parents have to play both parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you
Definitely.
put it in your head that charity does begin at home, your mental state is there, I will see that child grow to be a very good person in life.
Yes, definitely. And I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, so that's one of the contributions because I'm not totally hearing everything happening at your end. So you know, I would have loved to go on and on and on about this because it's a very interesting topic.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. But no, thank you so much for ringing in though, Bridget. Thank you.
Thank you very much
All
for
right,
calling.
thank you, and have a good evening.
And
yeah?
you too. Thank you very much. No, what she's made there is it's a very valid point, and I would say a point that always stays in my head. And
That's what I've been saying. That
Yeah.
but a child will become what they should become.
so we've got another
Okay.
call coming in. My speaker, my headphone. Hello.
Hello, it's Janet again.
Hello. Oh, hi. Who?
You Janet.
Hi, Janet.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening.
I just want to add that in life there's no guarantees. In an ideal world, there'll be father, mother, and 2.4 kids.
Yeah.
But there's no such thing as an ideal world.
No.
You make do with what you've got. The
Cool.
fact of the matter is, there are people that grow up in a two-parent family and turn out nasty.
Yeah.
Father comes home, he's drunk, he's beating up on
Yeah.
mother.
Right.
Kids watch that. Father's got kids out there. You know, you just have to make the most of what you've got.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think, you know, trying to, because some people actually do believe that kids from a single parent family can't turn out all right.
And that's where I talk about the
That's
labeling.
wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
You know,
That's wrong.
you make the most of what you have.
Exactly.
There's no guarantee in any situation. and the ideal world doesn't exist. Nobody has it all. You might be from a two-parent family, you're still emotionally suffering, or there's some other things missing.
Yeah.
So there's no guarantee that kids will turn out all right just simply because mommy and daddy is there.
Exactly.
And there's no guarantee that kids will not turn out right just because mommy is not there or daddy is not there.
Exactly.
I have a brother who's raising 2 kids by himself and is doing a fantastic job.
Thank you so much for that, Janet. Thank you.
You're right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I guess she's responding to the bit where I said that if mom was there,
yeah,
I would have turned up.
Hold on, we've got another. Sorry, son.
Oh,
we've got another call coming in. Sorry. Hi. Good evening. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Sorry. Who am I speaking to?
Trish calling.
Hi, Trish.
There's a time delay.
Hi.
Hi.
I just want to add on to what Janet has said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean that because people have been brought up by 2 parents that they will turn out to be perfect, because like Janet said, the ideal world doesn't exist, and people shouldn't just people shouldn't just judge or stigmatize single parenthood, because sometimes it's better to be alone than to be in an abusive marriage.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's better when the children are taken out of these kind of marriages, because I think it's like Janet said again, when these children see the abusiveness and the negative things happening, they end up growing to be the way they have been. If it makes any sense.
Yeah, you're making a lot of sense. I agree with you 100%. Thank you so much for that.
You would agree I need to respond from here. That's the same
Hold on.
point that come across.
All right then, Janet. All right then, Trish.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I think they are responding to what I said about the fact that if my mom was there,
no,
I
don't
would have turned
assume.
better.
No, don't assume. They might not be.
Let
they
me
might
respond.
be just.
Let me respond.
Yeah.
Wait,
hold on. Listen to something. They might be just, their idea of single parenting.
These are mine.
Yeah.
Let me respond. You will
go on.
I think they're responding to that bit where I said that that if my mom was there, that I would have turned out better. And I remember that you came, very vehemently, really, you came up strong against that.
Yeah.
I am the one in my life.
Yeah.
They don't know what I've been through. They don't know the full story. They just had a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I know what I lacked.
Yeah.
And I know that if that thing was tucked into my life, it's my own life.
Yeah.
I know what I would have done with it.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I don't completely agree with what they're saying, in line with what I said.
Yeah. In line with what you said.
Yeah.
But if they're saying it in a different line, would you agree with what they're saying?
I was saying yes all along. I said, that's true, that's correct, that's correct. But put in my life, in my situation, and what happened to me and how I grew up, is not correct.
Yeah, I mean,
I know what I would have done with a mom in my own life, my particular situation.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's not 1 + 1 is equal to 2. You judge each circumstance how it comes.
Yeah.
You can't make a rule. It's all about ifs. You can't necessarily say if there are 2 parents there they will turn out well. You can't necessarily say if there's one they won't turn out well. It's all ifs. There's always an exception to the rule. I am an exception. I know what I would have done with a mom in my life.
Yeah.
And I know the downside of it. I told you one at the beginning.
But if I say something now, I don't want you to get upset.
No,
I'm just going to say this. But I think for me, one thing I will say is that, you have to realize that, yes, you feel that if your mum was in your life, you know what you would have gained. But one thing that you wouldn't be able to control, or you don't know, is what your mum would have brought to your life. Wait, hold on. No, let me just explain where I'm coming from. No. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is how your mum cared for your siblings. She was a single parent and she cared for them in such and such a way. Now, in a different environment, with different factors, it could have come out in a different way. So you know what, at the end of the day, yeah, you know it because you lived it.
That's
and
it.
You know what you were missing.
That's it.
But what Janet and Trish were saying is that you might grow up in a, you know, ideal 2.4 family, but there are things missing. It's like you might have two couples.
Don't say much. I know what I'm missing.
No, I'm not talking about you. I said, I'm
You're
sorry. When I said
example
you,
now.
no, sorry, I wasn't actually talking about you. You, when I say you, I mean a person might grow up in a 2.4 family.
I agree with everything they said.
And when they grow up in a 2.4 family, if that couple in that family are not functioning in a way that works with the children, they might not turn out the way, you know,
I didn't say no to that.
Yeah.
I agree perfectly to that.
Yeah.
I know what was missing from that, and I know what more was. That's why I know how it would have turned out.
Yeah, and I guess only
I'm sure every viewer should agree with that.
Oh yeah, I hope
my
they
life.
do.
It's my
it's
dad.
your life.
It's my mom.
Yeah.
And you know, do you know what? Let me just draw this quickly. If you look at the other two, my brother and my sister, and me, we're just so different.
Are you very different?
Yeah. Maybe we'll talk about that if you bring me in next time.
I'll think about it.
We're very different.
I'll think about bringing you on next time.
You know what, viewers, give her a call her bluff. If you want to hear it, give us a call. We've got how many minutes? 7 minutes?
No, because me and
I
you.
hope I have the time too.
No, wait, exactly. I know how long I've been asking, but also, because one thing I'm going to say is, and you know, you're going to disagree with me because, like you said, it's your life. You're saying that you look at your brothers and sisters, they are totally different from you because they were brought up at different ways. Emotionally, yeah. You were totally different too. At the same time, you don't know that your mum and dad coming together might have provided a different whole load of care, and that would have made you guys come up differently.
Okay. Now I tell you what you didn't know. We lived together in Lagos when they came back. No, I just didn't say. We lived together for, you know, to keep maybe I don't know how many months.
Yeah.
I know my mom. It's not like I don't know her at all.
Yeah.
And then when I got born again, I got close to her. I also remember.
Yeah.
So I know her. I know what she's got.
Yeah.
I know what I missed.
Oh no! Don't ever get it wrong. I'm not saying that the care that your mom would have given you would be.
Don't. You just keep getting it wrong.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a case. I'm trying to let you know how I know.
Yeah.
That if she was in my life.
Yeah.
I would turn out better.
But you know what?
But you keep saying no, like you know what was in my life.
No, I'm not saying no in that sense, but I'm going to say
if my brother or my sister calls now and says, no, mommy wasn't what you thought she was, then I can agree.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because
but if you want to stop splitting here and saying ifs, there are just too many ifs, we won't live here.
Well, unfortunately.
Then you will not be able to come up with any conclusions or anything.
Unfortunately, life is full of ifs, isn't it? But you know what?
But
you
mine,
have turned
mine
out
is
good.
no longer an if, except for the mommy that we're missing, and that's the if bit. And I know what she's going to bring to the table.
But you have turned out good, and that is the most important thing.
I could have been better.
And
I'm that sort of person. I could go for better.
Yeah, and you know, everybody in their own way could go better, but you've turned out good. And hopefully, what you went through, you learned from that experience, and so it assists you in parenting your own kids.
Do you know what?
Because you know what you don't want to give.
Do you know what? You need to know what my life is like.
I don't know.
Yeah, you might think I turned out good. I might not be good.
Do you know what? That is true, you know. You might have not.
Someone should give me a call. 5 minutes. I'm not sure I can say that in 5 minutes.
Wait, hold on a sec. So don't dare people to wash your dirty linen.
What are you talking about? Is that not what you want?
No, I don't want them to wash out your dirty linen. No. This is not Jeremy Springer.
It's not washing out some dirty linen.
But you don't know who's going to ring. You might have somebody. Hold on, we've got another call coming in. Oh my God.
You can imagine that.
Wait, hold on. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hi.
It's Janet.
Hi, Janet. I'm loving you tonight.
I'm just wondering what Sammy is saying. Are you good or are you not good? You're trying to tell us something. What is it?
The Bible says no one is good. I'm just trying to say that you shouldn't assume what you see is not always what you get.
Are you a single parent, by the way?
No, I'm not.
Do you have kids outside your home?
I do.
You do?
I just said I do.
How many?
Right.
15.
15?
It's not 15, you know. That's not really important.
You asked somebody to ring me. Janet is now ringing. Janet, please go ahead.
So, learning what you've learned with your life and your emotional trauma, what are you doing to try and make sure that your kids do not suffer the same things you suffered?
Well, from my side of things, it's all I suffered was emotional, and I just try as much as possible to give them that.
Janet, can I ask
and then also,
something?
Janet, you know what? You've got to treat each child differently. It wasn't like we were growing up. They are growing up with my wife and I. We're growing up together. They're growing up together. So it's not like in my own life.
But what about the ones outside? Are they growing? They're not growing up with your wife and you.
Yeah, there's no full attention on that side. Yeah, well, that's true. That's
so they
true.
will be going through exactly what you went through, or what your brother and sister went through, because they were the ones that were away from your dad, aren't they?
Not necessarily, because I know what I went through. So I'm trying to plug the holes.
Sorry?
I'm plugging the
You
holes
seem to be
because I know
really
what it is. Of
traumatized.
course, you know what. Really, there's no way they can get the 100% attention.
Well, they're not.
If they can't, except if they're all living together.
But didn't you know this before you had them? Hello?
Yeah, I'm just saying that Sammy seems to be traumatized by what he went through, yet he's putting children through it. I don't understand that.
Do you understand what Janet just said? She's saying that you're talking about what you went through, but then you are putting some of your own kids through the same thing again, and that she doesn't understand why you would do that if you were traumatized from it.
There's 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I answered that already. I know what I went through. Having a kid outside home has their effects, but also I know how to plug it. And that's what I'm plugging. My mom wasn't there for me, but I'm there for those ones. I hope you was that clear enough?
Janet,
I know they can't get
Janet, we're gonna have to say goodbye to you. We've got another call coming in, so we're gonna have to say goodbye to you, Janet. Hi, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hello, it's Trish again.
Hi Trish, how are you? We've got 1 minute, so you're gonna have to do this one quick, yeah?
Yeah. So just to add on to what Janet has said again, some people who've gone through, who are victims of single parenthood, end up to be better, and they make sure that the children don't go through what they went through.
Thank you very much.
But some people end up treating the children the way they were treated because they think they also deserve it.
And that's what they're used to, yeah.
Which is not fair.
Thanks a lot for that comment. We've got just some seconds now.
Thank you so much for that, Trish. Thank you very much.
She got the vibe.
She has.
That's exactly what I've been trying to say.
Yeah. And I guess, do you know what? This was heating up, unfortunately, as we were getting towards the end of the show. You might have been saved by the bell there. So
No. I hope people are still listening. I wasn't saved by the bell. I'm up to it.
All right,
that's one reasonable person who caught the vibe.
Yeah, okay, but you know,
I know where the food hurt, where the shoe hurts.
Okay, but now we've got to. We're coming up to the end of the show. I've got to say a big thank you to you, Sammy, for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you for being very open. I've got to say a big thank you to the production team. Thank you very much to you guys for your patience. A big, massive thank you to my producer, Toksu B, and from me, Susie. Good night, and thank you for tuning in. Bye.
Thank you.